Hello again from the forge. It's been a while since I made a video, but I've been crazy busy between my two jobs. I'm a paramedic as well as a blacksmith, and well, trying to keep up with orders just doesn't leave much time for videoing. But today, I'm going to take time because I haven't made a video in so long. I've got a little piece of 1084. Forged it down probably 3/16 thick. It's probably 6 inches long. We're going to see if we can't make a funky little curved skinner out of it. Let's get it hot, smack it a few times, and see what happens. All right, we're going to start out as normal by drawing down the tip. Already done a little bit of drawdown work on this, getting it ready. Working all four sides, make sure the thickness stays right. Want kind of a long straight taper on this. I think I'm going to do something different. I've never forged in a false edge, so I think I'm going to put a false edge on this blade. Just so you can see how it's done. Usually I only do a false edge on bowies, but I think it'd be kind of neat to put one on this little blade here. So I'm going to need that part right there nice and straight. And I need to forge in that little offset. And it'll make sense in a little bit. That little fin sticking up on what the spine of what's going to be the blade's actually going to be where I'll forge in my false edge. Get this handle a little more finished first. If you hear strange noises in the background, it's because my dog has a squeaky toy. Unfortunately, I think the dogs rule the house more than I do some days. Come to the horn and add a little shape to that handle. Forge in our finger well a little more. And of course, immediately go back to the flat and dress out anything that you did. Anytime you work on the horn or anytime you change the profile, you may knock things out of square. You always need to go back and immediately dress it back to flat. Now I'm just going to mark a spot on my anvil. And that's going to tell me where I need to stop forging the contour into this handle. And thereby, this point where I stop forging in the contour on the bottom part of the handle will let me know where I need to do the cut to cut it off, because the handle is a little long. So we'll put in the hardy cutter. And I'll just pick a spot there where I finish the profile and angle back up towards the back of the handle and whip it off. And just like that, we're done with that part. Need to dress the butt of the handle up a little bit. Now we're going to hammer in a little distal taper and stretch the handle out just a little longer. On any forged blade, if you put it in that distal taper, you can get a longer blade without adding any extra weight. Now, I'm going to forge in that false edge. Now, if you notice, I'm using the very edge of the anvil where I've got a good clean edge, and I'm not pinching the steel as I normally would to draw it in. I'm hitting that false edge on an angle, on a steep angle, and driving it back into the blade itself to actually forge in that false edge. Brush her up, and we'll start putting in the edge bevels. Work on the heel of the knife first and get it where I want it, the heel of the blade. And I am pinching the steel, and I'm forging these the main bevel in at a much shallower angle than I did the false edge. So I'm pinching the steel between the hammer and the anvil and pulling it down, drawing it down away from the spine. And we'll just work on out towards the tip. No need to get carried away. Gonna dress our profile a little bit. I left the edge thick just so I could do that. It's gonna be pretty good, I believe. Good bevels. I'm gonna have to do a little grinding on this blade anyway. Not too much though. Now I'm using a smaller hammer and just planishing out the hammer marks. Pretty straight. Blade actually looks good, but yeah, that handle needs a little bend in it. It's too straight. And we'll go to the horn and do that. A little too much bend there. Gonna have to straighten some of that back out. Yep. There we go, that's better. Clean her up, give her a good brush. And that'll do. All right, I finally made it away from the forge. And as you can tell, I'm badly in need of a shower. That's coming really soon. But we did finish the knife up. It's already been through the heat treat cycle, so all I've got to do is do a little polishing and slap some handles on it. That false edge came out really nice. Got a good bevel there. It's gonna make a fine little skinner. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Be sure and hit that like button. Be sure and subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell so you get notifications when we upload new videos. God bless. Have a great night.